welcome back to round 5 again at Monza. Last week had technical difficulties, hopefully we're over those. But to make up to everyone, I have brought a friend with me along the stream. Hello, Bluebeard.
Good evening, Mike. Good to be here.
Yes, so from now on, hopefully Bluebeard is going to join me for the races to try to catch all the excitement from...
Yeah, it's go on, Mike. Sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. What were you saying?
Yeah, it's just hopefully moving forward. I'm still a bit of a noob with ACC, but we'll hopefully try and get to grips with it and get some really good coverage because you've got a much bigger grid than we do in Gran Turismo, obviously. So it's good to have an extra pair of eyes.
Yeah. Just quickly going to check if your voice... Yeah. Good to see that everything works. So, again, as said before, technical difficulties last week, but we did learn a bit from those difficulties. We had Morrow and Cabras being the fastest again. Thank you for the confirmation, DRS. But yeah, we had Cabras and Morrow fighting for the leads. Olaf was up there, so the usual suspects were likely to see on top here again. Now, at the end of practice, let me see who's fastest. It's actually Hola being followed by Morrow. Actually, Bluebeard, you said you checked up on last week, right?
I managed to get a little bit of the stream last week. I didn't quite see the finishing results, but I did see up until the point where the race crashed.
Okay, so you've basically seen the whole race.
That was it. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't restart after that. So, who would you say, seeing just that, who is going to be your favorite heading into, well, the fifth round, actually, still?
I mean, I'm quite unfamiliar with a lot of the names at the moment, but there's a few of these top drivers. Cabras is one of the names that I think is usually quite high up. So at the minute, I can't say I've got any favourites, but I imagine it's probably the usual suspects who are going to do well. And how many rounds is there in the season for this one again?
I think there's 8. I think we're on the halfway point in the season.
Right.
So...
Yeah, I mean, so however the standings are at the minute, if there's at the halfway point, I think we should start to have a fairly clear identity of who's kind of winning with it. So I'll put my money on that one.
Well, speaking of the standings, going over the overall standings at the moment, it is actually Cabras being in the leads of the standings, being followed by Morrow and Weatherston, with Moore and Coyan rounding up the top 5. So you were not wrong with rooting for Cabras there.
Well, there you go.
I myself hope to see another good race from, where is he? Auclair in the Ferrari. Because he got promoted actually to gold sometime over the last 2 weeks. So I'm hoping to see him do really well in the gold class.
Right, so we'll keep an eye out for him then. Number 51, right?
Yeah, the 51 Ferrari. Who also got promoted was Dozen from bronze to silver. And let's see if he's here. I think Winans also. No, I don't see him here now, but there have been a couple of new entries like Yassine and a couple of promotions, so it will be interesting to see what everyone can do after the practice race last week. There's 20 minutes remaining in qualifying. Is there anyone you want to learn more about, Bluebird? If you want.
Ooh, I mean, you could say everybody, but so I mean, these are all relatively new names. There is one name that does stick out because I've seen him racing in fact cover his tier in the Gran Turismo League as well, which is Chaos, Chaos Druid. We've seen him um, in the Monday Night League.
Let me see.
Is he racing this evening? Is he in yet, or is he not in yet?
I don't see him in the server. Actually, another name you might know because you did cover Orter last season is actually Bojan.
Oh
Jordanov.
yeah,
Yeah, Jordanov
yep.
is Bojan. You kind of know his driving style. What do you expect from him?
Well, I mean, to be honest, like I said before, I'm still a bit of a noob with this game, but the physics of this game are, as far as I'm concerned, they're completely different to Gran Turismo. It's Gran Turismo is much more forgiving, whereas this is like you have got to be switched on with this. Like as soon as you make a mistake, it will bite you. And I think if anyone who can even just keep it on the track on this game is already doing better than I am. Um, and I think from recollection, Boyan last year he had some pretty good racing. And so that hopefully will translate. Although you've got to be a bit more on it with this game, it's probably a bit more realistic. So I'd say Boyan. I expect him probably be, let's say, the top half for his class.
Okay, that's. I think that's actually where he was running last race, so that is a good prediction. Um, but yeah, this is more of a sin than Gran Turismo is. First of all, tire temperatures. In Gran Turismo, tire temperatures don't matter at all in this game. If your tires are hot or cold, you're basically defenseless.
Mm.
So tire management is a big aspect here, especially the braking. If your tires are not up to temperature into turn one, good luck.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have
something I've noticed in my practice is tire temperature is a massive thing.
Yeah. Also, what we have noticed last time was a couple of drivers, and I think they are both in the session. It were, as Weatherston has joined, hello Davy. It was Dennis van Eyck and it was Van Ochtorp. They actually decided to start in the pit lane, which is a
Yes.
very good decision.
Why is that a good decision?
Because they avoided turn one chaos.
Yeah, of course.
How it works with pit lane starts is after the green flag is out, you get, I think, 10 seconds before you can go. And you start from your pit box rather than the end of the pit lane. So you lose a lot of time. But Van Ochtorp really made use of that. And he was gaining again a couple of places because people had damage and some people had run off. So starting in the
Yeah.
pits is a good strategy to have here, as he nearly loses it. But he keeps it on track.
Yeah, it's much more realistic. Well, yeah, it's a sim really, more than a game, isn't it? So everything, even down to being allowed to drive, set your own pace through the pit lane. Obviously, you can get a limiter, but actually doing all of the driving, all of the race from start to finish, it's much more realistic, much more immersive than I suppose Gran Turismo could be considered a simcade, really.
Yeah, you're not used to driving in the pit lane, are you? So
No, it's something completely new.
That's also a bit where the skill comes in. You need to actually park inside your box and need to turn your engine off. So we may see some drivers also losing a bit of time if they overshoot the box or not aren't close enough in it. So
one of the things that I did notice with so I've got a Thrustmaster T598. This is the standard wheel, and it doesn't have a lot of buttons. So when you come into the pits, it's currently just set up with the auto limiter, and you can just get into the pit box, and it turns the engine on and off for you. So it's all automatic. If you do have a much better setup, a proper sort of GT3 style wheel, and you can program your buttons so you can turn your engine on and off. Does that help with getting your pit stop times quicker?
it may save you a couple of tens, but it's not much.
Right.
I myself use a Thrustmaster T300.
Yep.
Um,
Great
but the
wheel.
thing is, if you turn your engine like manual, which is also a fun thing about this game, if you spin, your engine may turn off, and you need to manually turn it on again if that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
So, as something does not go there, as the Porsches
Yeah. 2 in 1
merge
there.
into each other, let's give them some alone time. Let's focus on Moore for a bit. Moore is a Mustang driver, of course, the orange-green car. You may know him better as the ACC helper, Morda.
Okay.
What do you think he is going to do with 10 minutes to go in practice? Oh god, I think the server died. Pretty
Oh, sorry.
certain. Yeah, server died. Please not again.
Great stuff, isn't it?
Can you check if it's a server reset, like a planned one? Can't think it is, but let's see. Oh god, I don't think this is a planned. Well, this does give us a couple of extra minutes to talk over any. Yeah, this is really going well. To talk over any basics that Bluebeard needs to know. Mandatory pit stop, but no mandatory tire change. As there is a lot of confusion in the Discord at the moment, but no statement from admins yet. But yeah, mandatory pit stop for fuel, not tires. We've already covered the penalty system, the physics system. Is there anything you want to know before being thrown into turn one?
So it's we do a qualifying as well, don't we?
Yeah,
And
qualifying is
that's
set to start in 10 minutes.
and then that's so regardless of class, that's whatever time you set, that's where you start in the main races. Cool. So that shows 3 different classes, 3 different you know 3 different lots of pace, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's all in that order. We might see some mixing up of some of the bronze drivers up at the pointy end.
Oh yeah, that's actually been happening quite a lot. Like Dozen, Nick Mind, the #1 Mercedes, this guy,
Yep.
he actually ran into top 10 like early on because they misclassed him a bit, but
Mm.
basically the class means nothing. I have seen pro drivers finish last. I've seen silver drivers running away with the lead. So,
And is it same sort of case where different cars suit different tracks? Like you've got MR cars, FR cars, and they'll suit different tracks, or is it a bit more a bit more evenly balanced?
Well, of course, every car is different. So, for instance, we're now on board with a McLaren. A McLaren is pretty good on fuel. A Lexus is pretty good in a straight line, but it uses a lot of fuel. Porsches are really fast, but the rear end really hates life. So, in terms of that, every car has its own advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
But unless you're driving a Porsche, your pace will not be too much affected by the track time. That being said, the Mustang and the Lexus with pretty good top speed are are going to do pretty well in this race, despite them being literal blocks and have little aerodynamic benefits.
The sheer brute force
Yeah,
getting through that one.
especially with the Mustang. The Mustang is just this is the most American car that exists.
And it's a shame because I love that Mustang, but in Gran Turismo, it's an absolute train wreck. It's a rubbish car.
In Assetto Corsa, luckily, it's one of the well, it's not one of the best meta cars, but it's not as bad in Gran Turismo.
Yeah, which is good because it's nice to see like a good spread of different cars on the grid,
Yeah, though
especially
it's
with there
still
being so many
mostly
drivers.
Porsche.
Yeah,
So a lot of people are staying in the pit lane. Moro is just on pit exit. Pit exit on Monza, I just want to say, is chaotic in its own way.
yeah,
Everyone who watches F1 can remember 2021. But in general, having the pit exit on the apex of turn one, as I think that was
yeah. It's a mess, isn't
Samano.
it?
Yeah. Samano taking a little detour, taking a few breaks with him, but no damage on that car as of yet. And we have Paris again. Weatherston really performs well in the wet, so if it rains today, he's going to win. Just outright.
Have you recovered from Monday's wet race yet?
It was amazing. I loved it. I just got killed twice in or every race. I was running well and I got killed turn three.
uh,
But this isn't about GT at the moment because
no.
with just 5 minutes remaining, everyone is going to get their quali runs in to ensure they can hit those break markers when it actually will matter. So let's see. As mentioned before, Johnson is a new car. Lovely red grey Porsche. Love to see him here. Hopefully he can put together a good performance. I'm surprised the Road fan club isn't in the chat yet. Because Bluebeard, some drivers actually have a fan club.
Well, that's good.
Exactly.
That M4 does look very nice.
It really does, doesn't it? Peak German engineering. So we see Hollop goes fastest again on 148.0. He can go faster than that. Oh, and it seems, I think that's Bojan actually who is spun in Ascari. Yep, it's Bojan. Oh god, it happened again. I think Monza may be a bit cursed.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, no, this is the third failure in 2 weeks' time. Okay, so we may still get the server going again. I hope.
Let's hope so.
Because the last race, up until the point where it felt, it was really good to watch. Okay, I can still get into the server, so...
Green light, give it all you can.
Let's see. Oh, Camille is here now as well. Pretty good silver driver. Probably going to place well if we actually get to race.
Let's hope that's the last time that one happens.
I can assure you it won't. It's a set of course, and we're going to have another server failure later in the season. Just not tonight. For the love of God, not tonight. As Octop is the first one out again. Oh, and we've already lost someone. Davey is probably not returning after the second server crash. Which is sad because he is one of the top guys. Van Eyck is out as well, same with Samano.
Yeah, it is a shame that it
really
keeps
is.
crashing like that. I could understand people feeling a bit hesitant to put in the time if it's just going to keep doing it.
Oh man, you have never done a 24-hour race.
Oh, no, I don't think I would.
We've had, well, not in Aero, but there have been races where the game runs fine for 18 hours, and then between 18 and 19, we just can't get the game to run again.
And what do you do in that situation? You just
Red flag
red
it,
flag it? Yeah.
count the hours lost. So let's say it breaks on hour 18, you spent an hour trying to fix it, and you can't fix it, then you run a different race of 4 hours.
Hmm.
Now I have to say, Assetto Corsa clearly isn't the perfect game.
No, it's a shame, really, because
Yeah,
it is such a good driving simulator.
yeah. But let's not forget, it is an old game.
That's true.
So, as everyone is literally going to get 1 to 2 laps in this practice. The good thing is we do have a lot of drivers in now, so if it holds, we're still going to have a pretty full grid. As car 199 has spun, that's Fitzpatrick. Nicely waits until the track is clear and then continues on before Octop catches him. Callion is here now. We have Potera here with us. We have Fracas Black, who takes that BMW for a bit of rallying.
Yep.
To be fair, he kept it really well in control while he was off track, so kudos to him.
I found with this game, it's or the sim, it's if you lose control of it, I cannot get it back.
Oh
There's
no, on
no
GT
hope.
you can catch the car. On
Yeah,
Assetto Corsa, you're just at the mercy of the track.
yeah. So I've got a huge amount of respect for these well, all these drivers are on it because just their pace is so good, and the ability to handle the car and is just so much more intense than on anything else.
That's it.
I've never
Certainly.
tried iRacing though, so that's apparently even more realistic.
Yeah, but nothing is better than iRacing, as far as I've heard. As we're coming down to checkered flag at the moment, Jordanov is in the gravel. More is coming up behind him. More and more drivers are now finishing up the runs. Joleri is now across the line. Not going to get a run in. Dozen is done. Adrian Moore is now across the line. Bojan just stands there. Not sure what happened with him, if it was a connection issue. Oh no,
It looks
actually
like
he's
he's
moving.
moving a little bit.
Yeah, he was stretching. He's not dead yet. Let's just hope he doesn't kill anyone. As Fitzpatrick, he rejoins before Fitzpatrick can catch up. So that's good. And unsurprisingly, he does not finish the lap. So I think everyone is now just going to come back into the pit lane. So the last car to go in is going to be car number 50, Fracas Black. The rally car. I'm just going to call it for that. Okay.
Green light, give it okay.
Immediately it's fighting to be out first.
Yeah, everybody wants fresh air.
Yep. But the thing with Monza is the track isn't that long, and if you have to space out 30 cars,
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of free air at all.
nope. And well, the
Fighting
good
for
thing
position
is,
coming into turn one already.
oh yeah, there is. If there is any turn one you don't want to go into, it's Monza.
It's Monza.
But everyone is staying respectful for now. The main thing is, with all the straights, you kind of want to stay out of the dirty air or out of the clean air. You want to use that, especially after the last mouse, after Ascari, and especially before turn one, as Van Eyck spins it. And he does patiently wait. And I'm going.
He's going to have to.
Yeah, there is no other choice really. But what I am going to do, what I always do, is if I can find the 555 and change camera. That's off board. That's on board. Okay, we're going to do a quick lap on board with Cabras. He's being followed by Holla, who is taking my advice and is probably going to try. No, never mind, he slows down. He's not going for the slipstream. But look at that huge crowd behind them.
Yeah, backs off a bit just to get a little bit of fresh air. But yeah, like you say, looking at the map, there's an absolute queue of people behind.
As the lap is starting now, with everyone now on the backstretch, just changing the white flag, slow moving traffic. Let's hope it all clears up. Break at between the 100, 150. Try to
just gets it round.
Yeah, Monza turn one. If you do it well, you're basically already a master of racing. Curva Grande just flat out. And that's already sector one. maybe the most technical sector of the whole circuit, brake around the orange marker, into the second chicane. Really
Oh, it
nice
gets that
jogging.
lovely.
Yeah, Cabras knows what he's doing in that Porsche. To the first Lasmo. Oh, just perfect cornering here today.
Yeah, gets the track limits absolutely beautiful on that one. And again, coming out the right-hander.
Like GT7, if you touch the curb, you're okay. But again, if you go off the track and you slow down a little, you're still fine. Into what I find the most beautiful part of the track, Ascari, double chicane, good exit for the second longest straight of the track. Slipstream is going to make this a perfect overtaking spot during the weekend or during the race. Brake late for Parabolica, stay on the inside and let the car slowly steer to the outside to maintain the most speed possible. Stick to the inside here, and that's basically a lap of Monza. And that's a 1:48.3 to begin with. Olaf immediately answers, and from here on out, I'm probably going to keep track of everyone with this.
Oh, that's good.
Love the fact that this is in the game, but Holub stays in front with 3/10 in front of Morrow. He's used that practice week last time around. Oh yeah. We have actually a bronze driver in P5, which is quite impressive, honestly.
It is. That's absolutely rapid time.
It may also be that Yassine hasn't been assigned a tear. If I remember right from last week, he was quite aggressive, so let's hope he doesn't show that here today. Let's see who else. Cabras had a bit of a bad lap. Popov has done worse than normally. The silvers are creeping up on the top 10. Fitzpatrick, who definitely is bronze class, is catching up to them. Oh god, and we have a pro in basically last place again. Love to see it. As Davey did join us again for this session, so he hasn't given up completely.
And doing well by the look of it as well. So good job for him for coming back in.
He really does, as Cabras now improves. Someone else spun there, that's the 139, I think that's Tierney. Unfortunate that his lap ends, but with just 40 minutes remaining, enough time to set another lap. So Van Ochtop actually goes second. That's not what we're used to from the Lexus driver. Incredible pace there.
Yeah, just 0.06 of a second off.
Yeah, the gaps are really close. Even on a track like the Nürburgring, there was maybe a second between drivers. So.
And over that kind of distance as well, that's incredible pace.
Yeah, over 87 turns, 1 second. It's amazing to see how competitive everyone can be. And everyone is giving it their all. Even though we've had issues before, everyone is determined to keep going. So that's always beautiful to see. There's quite a group behind them, isn't there? Look at this. So many cars close together. The amount of trust you need to have in each other is it's something else.
It is. It's a huge amount of respect and talent.
Couldn't have said it in better words, indeed. I think, especially on Monza, respect is 75% of the deal today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
You got
goes
to
to
think as
pit
well.
right. That lap, unfortunately, you will not count. But yeah, it's some amazing driving all around. All of us
And
actually
being
improved
that
in the
close as well.
Sorry?
So being that close as well, a lot of people use the cockpit cam uh, in
Yep.
this, and your visibility is somewhat restricted, but being that close, going that fast around a track that's very unforgiving, really, it's just incredible amount of skill to be able to keep so close to a car in front when you either in dirty air or you've got the slip and you've just got to be absolutely on it with your braking points, your turning points, getting everything perfect just to not hit another driver. It's absolutely brilliant. And obviously the damage within this game as well
Yeah.
doesn't just clear up. Yeah, it sticks around. So
Even so, even if it did just clear up, the damage model and especially the suspension, it can be detrimental. I've driven races where one small tap from another car, it completely messes up your suspension to the point where you cannot even get back to the pit lane. So,
yeah,
um, especially on a track like Monza, it doesn't make me scared of turn one, but even as commentator, you can feel how anxious it must be to drive there and try to put it on the line there.
yeah. I mean, I don't know about you, what it's like in any other kind of racing, but man, my heart rate is through the roof when we've got a league race on.
Yeah, and I can tell you, as someone who's driven on Monza on this game a lot of times, that heart rate is not getting any lower. And it's not just turn one, we're forgetting a big part of the time gain is, as Moro is approaching it, it's turn 4 and 5. It's not as tight as turn 1 and 2, but it's a bit more high speed, so you're even less willing to give space to someone else because there is no room for someone else. So big battles that continue from turn 1 will be resolved at turn 3. For
Yeah,
better or
and
for worse.
the penalty for getting it wrong, yeah, you're off track or you're in a wall.
Yeah, and even if you go off track and you don't get the penalty, if you don't slow down, you get a warning. And again, 4 warnings, it's a drive. Actually, is it a drive through? Yeah, I think it's a drive through. If you speed in the pit lane, it's a 30-second stop go. So the penalty system, though not as bad as GT, it's just unforgiving.
Well, and it's much more realistic, which
Yeah,
is good.
definitely. But one small mistake, I know of a driver who, stupidly enough of her, she did not know what the pit limiter was. And she went full speed through the pit lane every lap. And she kept getting more drive-throughs.
That's
As
it.
Olaf waits for Moro to pass, which is really nice of him to do. Was not required to do it, but really nice to see that the drivers wait up each other.
Yeah, good sportsmanship.
I mean, he doesn't need to go faster. He's already on provisional pole, so with a gap of 3 tenths to Gabras. But you can see
Which
from P3 on, the gaps are just non-existent. We have 3 drivers within 200ths of a second.
oh, there we got. Is that black again off on the
It is one of the
M6, M4?
BMWs. I think it is, yeah, I think... No, it's the 24. Actually, that may be Frank is Black. Let me check who's the 24. No, it's Drought.
Ah,
That's not like him to make a mistake, especially in qualifying. Is this an omen for things to come for him? He is P26 at the moment. Which still, compared to others in his class, is really good. Van Eyck is probably not even going to set a lap time. Oh god. The Trolled fan club has arrived. Hello guys. Oh, I love those guys. Really nice to see that it's not only the drivers getting hyped up for these races, it's also the people who support the drivers getting worked up for even a qualifying session. As Van Eyck breaks off his lap, he is staying. I think his strategy is literally going to be stay on last, survive turn 1, and we'll see after that.
yeah, it is good to see people in on the chat, contributing. Thanks for joining us. And it's good as well because this is a live race. So this is it's nice to you don't have any idea about what's going to happen, like you might do with any of the Monday night races. You've got the standings or anything else, so
You're completely
you've got no
used
idea.
to GT7.
Yeah, so this is way more exciting for what's going to be coming up for us to watch.
Especially for us commentators, because like you say in GT, when you open up the replay menu, you already see the result in the left of or the right of the screen. And obviously, we don't know the result here. As Crab, one of the new guys, is actually in P4, and I think that's... Oh, that's not your Larry. Fitzpatrick spun around at the end of last mode too. He may have time to go out for 2 more laps, but with the position he's already in, top 3 of his class, he can be proud of that. Well, technically P4, but I think Yassine is just undecided yet in what tier he needs to go in. I would say silver at least.
Yeah, I mean that kind of pace, less than a second off the whole time. That's definitely a very good qualifying time,
Yeah.
and probably quite indicative of his ability, really.
Now that I look at it, I'm missing someone. Or I'm just blind. As D. Henders has joined us. I think D. Henders still has to serve his quali ban, despite doing that last week. But with last week not counting... Well, yeah, last week didn't count, so I'm not sure if he... I don't know if he had a quali ban to begin with. He just didn't go out in quali last week. But I'm missing Auclair. I'm missing the 51 Ferrari. That's unfortunate. Let's see. Warrior P17. That's pretty normal from him. Dawson finding the base in his new tier. Johnson right ahead of him. These gaps just 5,000 between Naked Warrior and Tierney.
Goodness.
Exact same lap times from Callion and Joleri. Both are 1 second and 768 thousandths from P1.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, it's like they used to say in F1, we need 4 numbers behind the dot.
Yeah.
Especially seeing all of these guys, and not just this week. Everyone is being so fast there. As I think that's Van Ochtop making a small mistake, stays out of the wall. As we stick on board with Gr3, who really wants to get those 6/100ths of a second to hole up ahead of him. Grab has cemented himself as a front runner, which is really refreshing to see. That we're probably going to have a 5, maybe 6 car fight at the front of the pack. Don Alonso has just gone in P9 from the silver class. Definitely aiming for that class pole position, but yeah, there is not even a second between classes. So this will be an amazing race to watch again. As we're just over 1.5 minutes away, everyone is going to give their best lap. Do you think anyone will be able to dethrone Holland from his P1 spot?
I mean, it's going to be very tight. We've got, so Cabras has got just 600ths of a second behind of his personal best. And I mean, if he can hook a lap together, we'll get one more go to do it. But I think unless he gets it absolutely perfect on every single corner, I think that's what we're probably going to see our starting grid now.
Speaking of Cabras, here he is, like right behind Holub. Holub is going to cross the line and Cabras will answer directly after that. And behind them even is Moros. So the top 3 are going to cross the line one after another. Perfect to see who is going to win this fight for pole. May also be Milestone. It's just 3 tenths.
Yeah, and if either any of them or someone goes off wide,
it's Holub himself.
As Holub, he resets to the pits. Oh, and I think that's ruined it for Cabras, hasn't it?
No, it didn't. He didn't have to slow down. The gap is sufficient. There's more people.
It might give him that little extra burst of speed that he knows he's got to get around.
He goes pretty well through a scary. A scary is really hard to do right because either. Why is he weaving? He has broken up his lap actually because he's weaving.
So will we see him come into the pits? Has he given up on this one?
I hope not.
Or was he trying to break the toe?
I don't think so. He's going to pit.
So, he comes into the pit.
Morrow continues though, so Morrow may take first, and Morrow improves 500s, but it's not enough. It's not enough. We will probably see. Let's see anyone who can challenge them. Car 25. Where's car 25 in the pit? Where's 21? Back there. Maybe Ochtop can do it. Maybe Yasin even. As he comes around the final turn. Can he improve from his already good P12 spot? Skips the pit lane, so he is going to finish the lap, comes around, jumps to P10. We're going to focus on Van Ochtop again. Also in the final corner. Hopefully he can make it into the top 5 again. He breaks off his lap. The last car is the 88, it's Kauyan. He continues on. Last car across the line. But you were right. You were right. Holub, Cabras, Morrow, Weatherstone, Crab, and Ochtop stayed how they were. Then we have Popov, Paris, Dovrak, and Yasin closes up the top 10.
Yeah, there's a few personal improvements from some of the drivers, but not enough to jump positions. Apart from Yasin, he managed to get up a couple of places. So,
yep.
Good effort from everyone there.
And
into the 46s as well. That is very respectful times.
Yep. So haven't seen the qualifying, and that's just on lap time. Who do you think is going to win the race when we're looking at race pace?
Your top three, it's anyone's game. However, I think probably the biggest indication as to who's going to win the race is who gets through turn one.
That's the correct answer on Monza.
I mean, until you get to turn two, you've got no idea really.
No, exactly. Well, having talked about the original top 10, with Yassin being counted as a pro driver, because let's be real, he's probably a pro driver. We have Gunalons on pole for the silvers, being followed by Moore and Tierney with a car in between them. He may utilize that to push ahead in his championship. For the bronze, we have Sama now being followed by Joleri, and then it's Niency and Fitzpatrick behind them, with a row of silver cars between them. But everyone from, let's say, P5 until P32 is in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost worth just crawling around, letting everyone get through it, and then if there's any incidents or anything like that, you can just pick up your paces, places like that.
Before the green flag or right after the start, just go to the side, tap the brake, and then continue.
Yeah. I know it's a bit of a cowardly move, but
I mean, like I said,
you don't get any points for not finishing.
We've had people start from the pit lane, which is a much bigger time loss, and they made it up. So
exactly, yeah.
I wonder actually I'm just going to focus on Van Oogtorp just to see if he jumps to the pit or actually makes a race start. Like Van Eyck, he did it last round, but he's not going to do it this time because he's already back of the grid. He can take it easy. But with Van Oogtorp, I'm really interested to see what he does. And as you can see, a mandatory pit stop, but just for refueling. So everyone can do it with one set of tires.
So is the 296, is that, so it's Crab, I think, in the Ferrari.
The 296, hold on.
In fifth place.
Oh, you meant the car number.
The Crab.
Yeah.
Car number 6, sorry, yeah. Is that as good on starts as it is in Gran Turismo, or is there a bit more?
I'm going to be completely honest. I've not driven the new Ferrari in Gran Turismo a lot, but these aren't standing starts. Everyone is going to have a rolling.
Oh, it's a rolling start, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're going to see is everyone is going to spread out a bit now. Is there someone still on the grid? Who is still on the grid? It's not the Henders. Is that car number 4? It is. Camille has not started. But they did hit drive, otherwise they would have been cut to the pit lane. Okay, it's happened.
Oh, there he goes.
They dropped too far back. I don't know what happened with them, but I hope they are prepared for the race start. But as I was saying, what you're going to see now is a big spread. And around the final straight, so between Ascari and Parabolica, you're going to see everyone close up and line up side by side. And from, I think, the final corner on, there is a speed limit of 70 kilometers an hour to ensure everyone stays close until the green flag.
Yeah. Like a modern Le Mans start now, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is based on the GT3 championship, which basically is a subclass for Le Mans.
Yeah.
It's the same cars, just a different championship.
Yeah, and I'm not even racing, and I'm already starting to get nervous for him.
Welcome to Monza.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute wreckfest. Well, hopefully not. Actually, let's fingers crossed everyone
Please
gets
don't
through.
say
But
that.
I'm sure.
I mean, you're right. It's going to be, but please don't. Don't get
I mean,
the driver's
this many
feelings.
people in such a short space of time, it's going to be hard not to have at least a small incident.
Yeah, there is going to be an incident, definitely, but... So I think Naked Warrior is having trouble. Let's see if we can find him in the list. Car 52, I think he's silver. Oh, his car is already ruined. Look at that front.
Oh, look at the damage.
Yeah. The thing is, he has to go back to the middle of the pack. He needs to go back to his position, P18. And he is going to have to start in the middle of the pack with basically a big downforce reduction. As everyone is now into position, just waiting on Naked Warrior. And we'll hop back to the front. We'll stay on board with Morrow for a bit. I'm going to hit drive just so I can stay focused on the cars here. It's 3:07 p.m. on the track. The green flag is out. Ignore the controls log, that's just for pit lane starts. So Camille will have a very, very late start if they are. But this is the big moment, turn 1. Looks like everyone is getting through. Few are running wide, and there it is. Some blocks go flying.
I'd love to commentate, but I don't know what's happened, but I can't see your screen anymore. What a typical timing. It just, I've got an alert that says I can't display the host screen, and it's just come on as they went to...
No, let me fix it. Oh, God. I think this isn't a me problem. Well, until he returns, let's check with the order. I'm sorry if I missed anything. Hollop is still in first. Cabras, Morris are still following. Then it's a bit of gap to Weatherston, with Grab and Van Octop being following. Popov is fencing a move on the Dutchman as he sticks behind in the slipstream onto the long straight. Powers ran a bit wide. Then we have Doverac trying his best to defend against Yassin. Donald more. Donald is in between them. Then it's Dozen behind, being followed by Callion, who is being followed by Johnson. Gurney in the blue-yellow Aston is behind them. And he's back.
Hello.
Hello. Do you see my screen again?
I can see
everything now, I think.
Okay. Almost
not too sure what happened.
There was just one car off at turn 1, so... But you're right in time to see the battle of ART. With both Cabras and Morrow fighting for second.
Right. Yeah, not too sure what happened, but my PlayStation just turned off. And what a time to
what a time.
To do it.
It's like your engine shuts off on the formation lap.
Yeah, I mean, it literally just said that it was green flag, and then it cut off.
Oh, damn.
Unbelievable.
Well, aside from that, and from the fact that Naked Warrior is now in the pit lane, we've had a standard couple of first laps, and I want to congratulate the drivers on not having a major incident at turn 1, like tends to happen on Monza.
Yeah, that's a massive achievement from everybody.
Everyone showed massive respect as car number 18 is turned around, probably? Oh, yes. Almost spins into traffic, manages to keep it going. But Doverac, who was fighting for top 10, has dropped down and has damage to fix. Which is very unfortunate.
So the gap at the top is still pretty tight from everybody.
I mean, these three have experience sticking on top of each other. And actually what I'm seeing here with Gr3 is something I've seen him do more than once. He's basically trying to pile up the pressure while not sticking in the dirty air. Because dirty air does affect how hard your tires go off. So
Yeah.
if he's going to let Moro attack Olaf, while he himself is going to rest his tires. But not too much, because Grab is just a second behind him, being followed by a couple of other cars.
And will it work the same with fuel? So if you're in the slipstream, that you can fuel save a little bit if you can,
of course,
run through. So going to help you later on with the pit strategy as well. Any fuel you can save.
I mean, in GT, if you have to take a full tank of fuel, you're longer in the pit lane than not. But in G or ACC, it doesn't really matter. Fuel is...
Okay.
A standard pit stop is 30 seconds, and that's fuel and tires. If you take off tires, I think it's 20 seconds. I'm not completely sure. But fuel is mostly a standardized time, so it doesn't matter how much you take.
Yeah, which is like that's like real GT3 racing, where you have almost like a set time limit for how long a pit stop will take, and that way it evens the playing field of actually who's out on the track for what time.
The only thing that really affects pit stop time really is obviously damage and just damage, not even penalty, because penalty is always a 30-second, just like a normal pit stop. You just can't work on the car for those 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of an incident down at turn 1. I think I'm seeing yellow flags. That's Kalyan.
He's got some damage.
Yeah. And I think he was involved with Naked Warrior, who was unlapping himself. May even be with Bojan, I don't know, didn't see it sadly. What I do see is that Holop has created a bit of a gap tomorrow, who is now under pressure from his teammate again. Oh yeah, I say teammate, they're part of the same team, but they're not teammates in the competition.
Yeah, running the same livery sort of thing.
Yeah, they are part of ART, which... no idea what it stands for, but... as you can see in the name, they are both part of it. And, actually, Grab has...
under a lot of pressure, but he just wallops the curb coming through that first corner. That's gonna... well, he seems to recover from it quite quickly, does Gr3.
Really well.
Right on the back of his teammate.
As Dozen gets a time penalty or a drive-through. We're just 8 minutes in, that's 4 laps. And we are seeing the first drive-through. God, this is going to be an evening. But I have to say, I'm really impressed with the Ferrari here. Being able to hold his own against both Cabras and Weatherstone, who are both in the top 3 of the championship. So, really
good
to
pace.
see this. So we go a bit back towards the next group of cars. Doverac is lapped, yes, that's right. Oh, this is not a good place to be lapped in. Between fighting cars in Ascari, he has to pull up to the side and basically let everyone pass. Don't know if he's going to do that, but he's not allowed to fight these guys. And he is kind of blocking Yassine here.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, it's a difficult part of the track to be able to get out of the way. Hopefully, we'll see him coming through this bit.
Yeah, I hope so. I just don't know why Doverac didn't move over. He's
like
actually fighting.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to unlap himself.
Ooh, I'm sure this will not go down too well with Connelons, who is actually fighting for the lead of the silver class. So, I think Doverac just killed him.
Oh, look at the damage.
Yeah. Oh, God. What happened? Oh,
that is bad. Oh, and it's got
I think
another one as
Donald
well.
also got caught up in that. Where's Donald? Yeah, Donald did get caught up in that. Look at that front of that Porsche.
Absolutely smashed to bits.
There is another car in the wall there. It's a BMW. I think that's the 20. No, it's not the 24. It's the 81 of Carabello. No, it's not Carabello.
It's 27, I think. Nencini.
Yeah, it is Nencini. Dawson's drive-through got converted into a 30-second stop-go. He speeded in the pit lane. Oh, wow. Where it didn't go wrong in turn 1, it's going very wrong on the 10th minute.
Will we see any retirements from this, or is this repairable damage for these guys?
Yeah, this is all repairable damage. It will just take some time.
A long time.
I think, for example, Doverac is looking at least a minute of damage repair, or like a minute pit stop.
Yeah.
And you may have seen they have jumped to the pit lane. That already adds, I think, 2 minutes.
Right, to make up for what time it would have taken to get back round.
Yeah. And the penalties can get long. I think the longest I have seen, and that was in the experiment. We wanted to test with the guy how long you can take a pit stop. He was in the pit lane for 50 minutes.
Wow.
I mean, we repeatedly slammed him into a wall, so... But, yeah. These guys are all still in the same positions from P1 to P5. P6 even. Very consistent driving from them. Let's go back to the back of the grid where it all went wrong as soon as we tuned in. And I think Henders is having a bit of trouble keeping Dennis van Eyck behind him in that Honda. Of course, Van Eyck started in that last P32. So for him to now, after 10 minutes, be at the halfway part of the grid is just good driving from him.
Yeah, up to P17. That's not a scratch on his car. That's a really good opening stint to this. It's a 1 hour race, isn't it?
Yep. As Dawson has just cleared his stop-go, so good job on him. Also, you can ignore any yellow flag you can see at start-finish straight. That's mostly because people were standing still, teleported to the pit, and for some reason the game can't comprehend that.
Right.
Donald is now on pit exit, lap down. I hope he gives room to Joleri. He does. So that was very courteous of him. Down in
Another
P31.
fully repaired car.
Yeah. There's no damage on the car. Kamini had a bit of a late start, is now in P21 despite starting from the pit lane. Let's see, Purple Chen is looking good. Drold has looked better, but I'm sure he can climb back from this. Bojan is in as high a position as ever. Really good from him. Callion did not pit after being in the wall, so hopefully the damage looks worse than it is if he didn't pit. So, let's see. Rovrak, of course, still in the pit. Actually, we've had a change of leads. Wallop must have made a mistake because he's given up P1 and P2. Which, I'm not used to seeing that from him.
Morrow's absolutely running away with it at the front now, isn't he?
Oh yeah, that's the power of Morrow. As soon as he gets in the lead, he just forgets everything. He just pushes.
The Cabras is starting to be able to close that gap just a tiny amount.
Well, remember what I said at the start, that Cabras often goes a bit slower when behind people, so he can save the tires.
Yeah.
He's now going to use the extra tire wear. And Crab is looking at podium place, which I don't think he expected on debut to take home with him. So Waddesdon is not closing up a lot. Van Optorp is having a gap, and Popov is falling further and further back from this pack here. So I hope
And
he
he's
can
only
keep
got
in
one
this
behind
position.
him, hasn't he?
Sorry?
He's only got Paris behind him, and then there's quite a large gap then to Yasin. So there's a small amount of breathing room for them.
Exactly. But
Yasin,
Paris and Popov can both be very. They have fought each other before, and I think Van Eyck actually. Oh.
Oh, we saw someone just go off then for a second, I think.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, look, there's Van Eyck.
Undone all the good work that he's done.
Yeah. I would be lying if I say I didn't expect this. He is a really fast driver, but just like me, he cannot keep it on track in most races, and it's really sad to see because he is one of the fastest drivers we have on the grid. So I really hope he can pull himself together again.
Well, that's one of the things that comes along with being at the top end of the grid is consistency, and you can still have blistering pace, but if you can't have that consistency, keeping it on the track, then it's always going to show up in the results, isn't it?
That's very true. Oh, I thought the camera was going to shoot like a car in the wall or something with the way it moved, but luckily everyone is continuing on. Morrow now has a 2-second gap. Holub is 7/10 behind Cabras. But the gap behind him is even smaller, with just 5/10 between him and Crab, who is still 8/10 ahead of Weatherston, who now has 1.2 seconds to Ochtorp, and Popov and Paris are closer together than they were last lap. So these two are
Paris
going
has
to
closed
fight
that
each
gap
other.
massively, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the power of the Mustang, like I was talking about. It uses a lot of fuel, so fuel management is a bit more important. But just the American horsepower that they've put into that car is amazing to see on a track like Monza. The gap was over a second just a sector ago. Right now it's 7 tenths, 6 tenths even. So we're going to see those two fighting a lot more. As Crab has actually pulled away from Weatherstone a bit. He's looking like a really good contender for the podium here.
Yeah, he's closed that gap up nice and small now. We may even see an overtake up in perhaps the next few corners.
Yeah.
He can keep closing it up the way he is.
He just needs to be a bit lucky with when Holub makes his move and when Cabras responds to that, which may hold Holub up, or he's going for it in a Scari, since he has a pretty nice slipstream coming into it. He stays patient, but Holub must know that he's there. The pressure is on.
Because he's getting it down to 0.3 now.
Yeah, he is like under his rear wing. And
here we go.
Just look how it looks from the drive's point of view, like you said. With a bit less visibility, it's really something to watch as there's double yellows. That's just for pit lane. Actually, no, that's not just for pit lane.
Oh, he's off.
He's parked at the... I don't know if his wheel disconnected or if something happened, but this is not the place to be. So I hope we can get over that without incident. Cabras has now pulled away from Holub. Holub cannot get a gap from Crab on. Crab does remain the gap to Weatherstone. Donald is still there. I don't know what's going on with him. Oh, Johnson goes... No, not Johnson. Taney goes a bit wide there. Blue, can you check in the Discord if something happened with Donald?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Because this is not good for anyone.
No, nothing from Donald, but Dvorak's not happy. I think from the crash they had at Lesmo 1 a few laps ago.
Wait,
not happy about that. Dvorak.
Oh yeah, no. But to be fair, he shouldn't have been there as the lapped car. But that's my opinion on it.
Is it one of those things? So if you've got the blue flags, you should move out of the way. But is it still permitted to unlap yourself if you've got the pace?
Yeah, you're allowed to do that. But if there is an incident while you are on the blue flags, 9 out of 10 times it's because of the blue flags.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not certain what happened, as Donald is still there, but we'll probably see it in the Stewart transcripts. Oh no. Oh god. I thought Prep disconnected. But
yeah, that was a bit of lag, wasn't it?
Yeah, he like completely popped out of existence. Is that Ninshi ahead? Yeah. This is actually what I love the most. It's not the people that go fast. It's the people who keep on spinning, keep on crashing, but just keep on going.
Well, I mean, that's not to be harsh, but that's where the entertainment is as well, isn't it? If you've got someone, it's good if you're a driver.
Did you focus on me as well last season in GT because of that?
No, I mean it's one of the things. People, if you're watching something, you want to see what's going on. Like person who's at the front of the grid and they're having a really solid race. That's great. They've got good solid points. They're having a good race. but it's not that terribly interesting to watch someone just do good laps, lap after lap. Whereas, yeah, if you've got action, you've got people who are fighting for a position, you've got people who are pushing their limits and getting it wrong a little bit. That's what makes things exciting.
Yeah. Oh, God. Dozen with another stop-go penalty. What you're also going to see here with Nancy is he's going pretty slow now because his rear tires are, well, you could bake an egg on them. So what he's going to have to do is pull them down because hot rear tires do spin out really easily. As now that I look at it, Paris has got him, hasn't he? Paris has overtake, yeah.
I wonder when he did that.
Probably while we were focusing on Nienzi. Nincini.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, the tyre model in this sim is much more unforgiving. You've really got to look after your tyres and watch your tyre temperatures because the physics of it will definitely come and bite you.
Oh yes, they will. That's, I gotta say, for a rookie driver, we don't know how experienced he is in the game. But for a rookie driver with drivers he doesn't know the driving style of, Crab is really doing something. You know, he is ahead of number 3 in the championship. Actually, someone who's won a race. I think so far this season, only Mauro Cabras and Waddesdon won a race, and he won a race in the wet, no less. That's Crab makes.
But that's incredibly good pace from him then.
Yeah. So what you are going to see is maybe if he. Yeah, you have to park it yourself, and what you saw, he broke too early, so he had to go a little further. You don't lose a lot on it, but obviously every second lost is something you're not getting back. So, especially under the I thought Tovarek was finally out of the pit lane. No, he's not, sadly. So the pit stops are even more important to practice than they are in GT, because in GT you only practice pit entry, pit exit. In here you actually have to practice parking in your box. So that's something I just want to show. Really want to know what's going on with Donald. Oh, actually, now that Holub is no longer under pressure, he can actually look forward to Cabras ahead of him. And with the halfway point of the race being upon us, there is going to be a lot of pit stops made. Speaking of which, Holub is jumping into the pit lane now.
Is he looking to get the undercut then?
I think he's protecting himself against. Where is he? Against Grab, who is coming through last mode too. Fighting with the Henders, who is yet to pit.
Yeah, that's going to hold him up.
It really is.
He's looking like he wants to get a move of it already.
Yeah, into a scary, not the best place for a move, but
gets it done
it's
though.
a move regardless. That was, even though the Enders is on all the tires, that's impressive.
Yeah.
To be that committed.
Side by side going into that corner is definitely going to be a squeaky bum moment.
Wow. Does it allow him to get ahead of Holub. I think Holub is moving to the end of the pit lane now. Here comes Crab. There is Holub. He does not get it. And there is even a car in between them.
Oh, the traffic really cost him on that one.
Yeah, and the fact he didn't park his car correct immediately lost him also a second. So...
And he's only 0.7 seconds behind, so you can see just how much difference that mistake cost him.
He is a 1.7 behind.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it really cost him. He is aggressively flashing here. Because now it is lapped traffic. And it may be that I'm misremembering the rules, but I think we're under like the F1 rules of you need to get out of the way.
Yeah.
But it may also be that we're under like Le Mans rules, which means you just have to be aware.
It looks like he gives him plenty of space to make the move. Gets it done before Ascari.
So, no matter what the rule set was, Propergen has decided to let him by before Ascari. And Crab can now make up the 1.8 second gap. But it's really unfortunate, isn't it?
Yeah. He would look like he had some really good pace, and that's going to definitely give him a bit more work to do.
It may even be that Holub does get the edge over Cabras here. Yeah, because there is Holub, the blue Porsche is coming alongside the Italian Porsche. Is he going to make it into turn 1?
Oh, he gets there.
He does.
Oh, he gets it done.
And with Cabras being on colder tires, it's really a good thing for Holub, because it means he won't be stuck behind Cabras, who is going to warm up his tires. And this may help him defend even more against Grab. So, amazing strategy call from Holub. He defended against the undercut while pulling an undercut.
Yeah.
You don't see someone doing that every day, and Holub has put it perfectly.
Yeah, very good timing from Holub there.
Is there any other close battle? Oh, that's pit lane, that doesn't count. I think the battle we were just watching is the closest. Yeah, it is. It's these three cars together. Which is a good battle to follow, because this is basically for the podium. As I think Holub is going to catch up to some traffic pretty soon. In the case of Joleri. But with the halfway mark of the race already reached, I think everyone who hasn't pit is going to pit now. So we're probably going... Yeah, Joleri dives into the pit lane, no problems there.
That's good. That frees Holub up to work his way through the rest of the back markers.
Oh yeah, because
and lots of clean air in front of him. Well, will Crab get caught up in any of that as well? He manages to get out of everybody.
Crab gets ahead of Jordanov and Drolt, and it's actually costing Van Ochtorp, who is behind Jordanov and Drolt. And he must have had an incident, because he just let Propergen through. So he has 3 cars between him and the fight he was originally in. I got to say, this pit lane is causing a lot of excitement up and down the field, with a lot of traffic coming out all at once. I think Weatherston is being seen as in the lead, if I look at my map correctly, but that means Morrow is now in the pit lane. And I don't know when he dove into the pit lane, but this may also be close with the other drivers. Holub has made a gap of 2 seconds to Cabras. Gabras himself is a 1.5 second gap to Crab, so this fight has died down a little. But the important question is, where does Morrow exit the pit lane?
He had a pretty good
I think
gap.
he's moving to the end of the pit lane as we speak. Oh, he has this position, but the tires will be cold. And he may have to deal with traffic if Fitzpatrick gets ahead of him. He does not. So Fitzpatrick
Or
even goes
Fitzpatrick going
wide.
super deep.
Yeah. But he has the gap. But it's almost a full lap between him and Weatherston. Now, clearly, Weatherston is yet to pit. I think as one of the final ones. So, is he going to pull into the pit lane right now? I would expect so. Yes.
He does.
Yeah. He has about half a lap to make his pit stop. I don't think he's coming out ahead.
Well, the race is on now.
It definitely is. As Holub is now lapping Fitzpatrick. He is not losing too much time here. But is Fitzpatrick just going to... Yeah, Fitzpatrick brakes early enough. He knows this isn't his fight to interfere in. Now
he just wants to keep it clean on his own, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah. And let's be real, he is yet to pit. He is in the bronze class. This is the fight for the podium. He doesn't have to be here. I can actually see Weatherston moving now in the pit lane. He is going to lose out against Morrow, but will he lose out against Holub? Morrow is past him now.
I think he is. He's going to lose against all of them, isn't he?
There is Holub. Here comes Cabras. He might get out of Cabras.
Can he do it?
Wow.
He's going to park it on the apex. He's just... Oh, he gets it wrong.
Tires. And he has to slow down now. So
he's got to give
advantage
back.
He gets the inside. He's still defending on the outside. Surely not with the cold tires into the chicane. Okay, he stays in position. Honestly, if he had colder brakes, colder tires, he would have been in the back of him.
Yeah, if he just anticipated turn one just a little bit more and he parked it on the apex, he would have held on to that position and he'd be loving it. And now I'm sure he's absolutely kicking himself.
It looked to me like he was too aggressive on the throttle and had to correct the car mid-corner. But one good thing for him is those orange boxes that he hit, they do not give any damage. So he doesn't have any other consequences because of that move. But
and that's the last thing you need, is a bit of damage after you've just come out of the pit lane.
Oh, don't worry, I've had it before. It's the worst feeling in the world, especially if you just fixed some damage.
Yeah.
But Morrow is now comfortably in the lead, as we're used from him. Then it's Holub behind him, Cabras and Weatherston are fighting. I think Crab, even if he was fighting for podium, I think he can be really content with a 5th place finish on debut.
For his debut, that's a fantastic result.
Yeah, I haven't seen his name before, so unless he only ran in round 1. No, the only round I missed was Imola, so unless he raced there and not in the other rounds. Let's see. No, Trot, no, Van Eyck and Krugeljen are fighting. Looks like Van Eyck got it. Yes, he did. Droat is under blue flags. Paris has quite a gap to Popov now. So Popov didn't really have the pace to keep Paris behind, or he had a terrible pit stop, which is also a possibility from him.
Looks like he's really pushing it through those modes.
I mean, he must
Quite a
still
big
be
gap.
looking at that 8-second gap between him and Paris. And knowing him, he is going to try all he can to make it up. And I actually think that Droat may be helping him, because Droat is not giving up the position. Looking at it, no, he's not. If he was, he would have done it on that corner, so...
Oh,
there
was
is
that
the
contact as well?
Yeah, that's the frustration tap. I was just about to say it. If he doesn't move over, he's going to make contact. And
there it
I
was.
don't want to say karma, but he kind of deserved that. Paris was much faster than him, and he just didn't... He just held him up for half a lap. So, I get the frustration, but if that gets reported, I don't think Paris will get off lightly.
But I mean, look at the gap already.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really being held up. Just look at this. The gap was 8 seconds, and it's now 6.4. So it's really costed him. But even so, you cannot intentionally tap someone out of the track. Oh, Jordan have feeling the pressure of the blue flags. There is
completely
two extremes. There is whatever Draw did, and there is moving out of the way like Jordanov did. Oh, amazing to see it here. Naked Warrior is actually climbing a bit up after his, let's call it unfortunate formation lap. Yes, let's see. Fitzpatrick is fighting with Portera for, well, P14. But I think Fitzpatrick really wants to keep a car between himself and Joleri for the championship. Ooh. They keep respectful to each other. Really good to see.
Yeah.
Good awareness from both the drivers. I want to say both McLarens. They're not McLarens, but the car behind them is also a McLaren.
Yeah, I definitely think the radar in this sim is much better for helping with your awareness. You've got your engineer in your ear telling you who's beside you or where they are, and it really helps just to be more aware. And where it comes up, it comes up right in the middle of the screen. It's just there
is only one downside to the engineer.
Yeah.
He doesn't tell you when you're 4 wide.
Yeah.
He will still say 3 wide. But let's say you're Gileri. What would be your strategy be if you wanted to overtake Fitzpatrick, knowing that there's a probably faster driver between you? Would you try to be aggressive and kind of push Portera through, or would you let Portera do his job and try to follow him through?
Yeah, you got to follow him through. You got to play it smart. Someone else is going to do all the work for you. You've got to try and close up the gap as much as you can, and then when the overtake comes, when Fitzpatrick is going to be slightly unsettled, that's the time to make the move as well. And although maybe it's not the most ideal move, it is still a position gain, and you've got to take it where you can get it.
Yeah, that is a good strategy. to try and overtake. I think actually also Jordanov is being closed up by another car. And it would not surprise me if that is actually Naked Warrior. As Portera is having another go here.
Yeah, so O'Leary needed to be closer there to be
Yeah.
able to make any kind of move stick, but it might not work out for Portera. And he manages to. Oh,
Yeah, but he goes
super
really off track. That's kind of a dangerous re-entry. He wasn't in full control there, but he needs to give that up.
Look how much O'Leary has closed that up to Fitzpatrick as well because of that. It almost definitely Fitzpatrick has had to get on the brakes.
Yeah, he definitely did. And I don't know if that was because of a tap or if Fitzpatrick was going to go off anyway, but things are really falling in place for Gillery now. He's making his move on Portera. But Portera does have the Ferrari straight line speed to help him.
Yeah, Ferrari's just pulled all the way back again, isn't it?
The thing I've noticed about this Ferrari in this game, and I especially felt this during Kyolami for a 9-hour race, Ferrari does not like curbs. Or at least high curbs. So Portera may need to be a bit careful on taking the full extent of the track, which is maybe why he hasn't made his move on, or like his complete move on Fitzpatrick yet, even though he is the faster driver between them.
The curbs on this track as well are savage.
Yeah, but you get them wrong. The track is not that wide, so you're really reliant on the curbs.
Yeah.
That's what I find nice about the older circuits. It's not like you can go 4 wide into a turn. You actually need to think about multiple drivers, how they're going into a turn, because you know they aren't going in there all at once.
Yeah, I mean, for this track, really, you've only got perhaps maybe 3 sort of relatively safe places to get an overtake done, coming through Parabolica if you can get late on the brakes, turn 1, and maybe coming through the Lesmos. If, again, that entirely depends on getting the second chicane right, and depending on your exit, if you can get a run on it coming into Lesmo 1, then you can get the move done. But if the person in front of you has got a good run, then you're just sitting behind them again for another half a lap.
Yeah. And that may really add to some frustration.
Especially if you are the faster driver, as you say.
It also doesn't help with lap traffic, as we saw in several incidents already of people being really frustrated and doing things they shouldn't. Whoa! It's like his brakes disconnected.
Yeah, that was flat out.
Yeah, I think he may have had issues with his steering wheel, like his controller disconnected or something.
It definitely looked like it, didn't it? He's not moved since.
He is in control again now. Look at that front end.
God, it's completely wrecked, isn't it?
He almost steers into Weatherston, who's fighting for P4. That car
is
is
limping back, isn't
wrecked. Oh, I am interested to hear what happened there, and it's unfortunate as well because he was doing so well in his fights. But
gets out of the way.
We're so lucky to see that the other 2 cars were able to continue without issue. This fight is still exactly the same as we left it.
Yeah, it was
consistency.
It was very lucky they didn't take anyone out coming into that corner.
I just think that Fitzpatrick may need some new underwear after seeing that.
I'd agree.
Yeah, you can see the white dot on the minimap. He's going so slowly. his car, like, this is what I was saying about one small hit and your suspension is fucked. Like, if that's coming from a small hit, yeah, you're going full throttle all the way from turn 2 into there. And if your brakes don't work, like in real life, the driver may have been shot out of the front window with how quickly he came to a halt.
Yeah, that's a massive closing speed, isn't it?
Yeah. As Joleri can now really close up here. I think he's happy to get the move done, even though it's not in the way he wanted it. Even as a driver, you do not want to see your competitors shoot off like that.
No.
I just hope he wasn't holding his steering wheel the second he went into the wall. Because
Yeah.
If I injured my wrist by small contacts last Friday, then his wrist must have been broken if the steering wheel snapped.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that. And with the amount of well, depending on what rig he's got, the amount of power that can come through that, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't have a strong grip on it.
I really hope he wasn't holding it at least.
It looks like he's managed to get back to the pits now. There's
No,
Portera.
it's not him. He is the 85. So he's still standing there. And I'm surprised if he will exit the pit lane within 3 minutes. I think he's in for some time. Also, race pace. 48.2. I've seen people do that in qualifying. To do it in the middle of a race. Or like the end stages, because it's 10 minutes left. You must have been pushing for, well, let's say Grab pitted early. He's been pushing on those tires for like 35 minutes. And he's still doing 48s.
Yeah, that is consistent, isn't it?
That's just downright impressive. And Weatherston has actually caught up to Cabras a bit. So we may still have a fight for the podium brewing here. Morrow is just gone. There is no catching him. As always. And I think...
Yeah, he's a country mile ahead now, isn't he?
Yeah. I think Fracas made a small mistake into turn 1. I saw a white dot flash up. So... it's really helpful if you already know everyone's driver number, as Weatherston goes really wide but manages to keep it out of the wall, so could have been a lot worse if he had a little bit less car control. The Henders sticks in the slipstream. He's going to try to unlap himself. Not sure you want to do that against number 2 when you're 4 seconds slower than him. But he may pull it off. Nah, he sticks behind, which is the good choice.
Yeah. Coming into turn 1 now, it's just not the place to try and do that.
No, I think he's just going to try to copy the lines of Holub. But I'm not sure if that's going to work, because the Ferrari is not the same as Porsche. So, 7 minutes remaining.
If he can just stay in the stay behind him, he's still going to.
Oh yeah, he is going
to do quite well. Yeah, just defense. He's still got quite a big gap to his nearest rival behind, so it's still a pretty substantial lead over him. So he just needs to keep it clean, really, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does. But yeah, 8 seconds. That would be like a second a lap. Oh god, it gets worse for Portera. He got a drive-through. Or like a 30 seconds. I mean, I'm not surprised. It's very hard to slow down to speed limit when your car doesn't want to control when your front end is destroyed. But I was about to say, as we see yellow flag. Oh no! Looking at the car number, it may be Cabras. Oh no! He may not even get top 5 as Ochtorp is going to take it from him.
Oh, he got damage at the front as well.
Yeah, he spun. I think he went onto a bit too eager into the exit of the Scary and unsettled the rear, which is really easy to do in that Porsche. Like I said, it's fast, but the rear end does not like to exist. As Van Ochtorp now makes the move, and I doubt Cabras can make it with the damaged car.
He's not going to be able to do that, is he?
No, he's not.
He's done so well for this entire race. And
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Just over 5 minutes to go.
You drive perfect for 55 minutes. You're looking really good for podium place.
Yeah.
And just one small mistake, the car snaps and... Well, you're not out of the race completely, but I think this hurts a lot more. Because now you have to keep driving, even if you're hating yourself, basically, at this moment.
And like you say, with the damage, he's not going to have any kind of opportunity to get that position back either.
No, he's not. Well, yeah, unless he can stick with Ochtorp. Like, he cannot make the move. But if he can stay with him, Ochtorp himself is prone to pressure. So,
yeah,
he may be able to
if he makes a mistake.
I thought Crab was going to do the same thing. It's really hard to see from the camera angle when someone just goes off or someone absolutely fucks up.
Yeah, it's amazing they can even keep it back on the track. I know that it's that. Wow. He's having a go.
He made the slipstream work. He outbrakes him even with the damage.
But will Ochtorp get a position back now coming through? He gets to slip into turn 1 as well. He's very close. He's going to have a go.
He's going to...
Lexus is really fast in a straight line.
Yeah. But like I said, it's fuel heavy, so...
So we're going to see the same thing happen again on the next lap. Is Cabras going to get it back?
Yeah.
Coming out on the back straight.
Why aren't you racing, mate? Why aren't you on the track? Oh god, we're just 4... Let's be honest. Where is... Okay, Morrow is here. An average lap is a 1:48. We will see probably 2 more laps, maybe 3, before the end of this race. As Fitzpatrick actually put a gap of 2 seconds to Joleri. But with 2 more laps remaining, I think it's very clear who the winner is going to be today.
Yeah, he's been consistent right from the start, hasn't he?
Yeah. Holub has tried his best, but he couldn't keep up. I'm just proud of Crab. I'm also happy for Weatherston. He's going to get a podium if he keeps this up. But, did Van Ochtorp get by? Yeah, Ochtorp is still ahead, and we've seen how fast Lexus is.
Yes, he defends it well, and look at the gap he's put in.
Even with the slipstream, yeah.
Yeah.
He lost 6
Cabras just doesn't have anything to come back to that.
Normally, well, there may be a small chance. Traffic.
Traffic or even a small mistake from Ochtorp may gift him that position back.
I honestly doubt that. Like, Cabras is... I'm not supposed to be biased, but I think Cabras is maybe my favorite driver. Totally not biased towards a Porsche, but... Yeah, I just hope he can recover well as Kalyan goes out of the way very nicely, showing how blue flags are supposed to be adhered to. But yeah, I don't think he can make it. I think Van Oogtorp stayed consistent, and it, he, no matter who gets P5, they deserve it, both of them. So
Yeah. I mean, the both of them have put the effort in. That I mean, you to be in P5 anyway, you clearly got the pace and the consistency, and then it was just Cabras's error that's cost him. So at the end of the day, I won't say the better driver, but the one who made less mistakes has come out on
yeah,
top.
yeah, slow and steady wins the race, as they say. If you're fast, you're prone to mistakes like happened with Cabras, and it was the slower but more stable Lexus that has now started his final lap. We just got the message that the race leader Morrow is on the final lap. We have not talked about this guy enough for how well he's driven.
Yeah, he's, he hasn't put a foot wrong.
Yeah, absolutely not. And just on pit strategy, he stayed out the longest of them, made use of the clean air he got from that, and well, it's not they didn't see him again, they saw him for a second, and then he was gone.
Yeah, he's had pretty much clean air in front of him the whole track, the whole race, hasn't he? And it's just played into his hands. Every situation that could have come up that's been good has just fallen in his lap.
Exactly as it is. As, we're going to stay on board with him for this entire final lap, as Bojan probably isn't going to get lapped again. So Bojan will be the final one to cross the line. But looking at it, the server held up, the weather held up, and Morrow definitely held up as well. Your winner for round 5 Monza is Morrow, crossing the line first. He's been followed by Holub, who drove really well but couldn't keep it. He's been followed by Weatherston. Fitzpatrick Joleri also finished up their fight. Grab, really good performance for the rookie. Being put into the top tier class and proving he belongs there. P4. Oogtorp. Well, we've already talked about them. They both deserved it. But Cabras came up short. Popov didn't manage to close the gap again, did he? Still the same 8-second gap as he was looking at before.
Mm.
Moore has been in 9th place every time I looked at him. I don't know how he does it. He has been in 9th this entire race. Trout is crossing the line in P20, Lewicki behind in 11th. Lot of green, red and white cars.
Yeah, there must be a lot of Italians.
Well, I know Bojan is Hungarian, I think. And Moore and fuck, what's his name? Moore, Fitzpatrick, and Joleri are definitely Irish, so that's also the same colors.
Yeah, it's very they're the same colours, just a different way around, aren't they?
Yeah. But looking at the top 10, we have Morrow, Holub, Weatherston, Crab, Oogtorp, Cabras, Paris, Popov, Moore, and Johnson. Furthermore, for silver, Moore and Johnson take the podium together with Lewicki. And in the bronze class, it's Somanow, Fitzpatrick, and Joleri, who had a big fight towards the end, but just couldn't decide who got to challenge Samanow. So congratulations to everyone. Everyone who finished the race in general, congratulations on surviving. Very proud of everyone. I want to thank you, Bluebeard, for hopping on tonight.
No, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
No worries, your insights were very interesting to hear, so hopefully next week more. And
Hopefully, yeah, I've got to get myself some things downloaded so I can watch along and do that as well. But yeah, looking forward to it.
yeah, I think for next week you will need the American track back because I think, or was it Hungary?
No, I think it's Laguna Seca next week,
Yeah.
as I understand it.
I'll actually check the calendar just to be sure. No, it is Hungaroring,
Oh, okay,
and after that it's Laguna. But
right.
it's still good to prepare the DLCs for that. But yes, thank you for joining me. Thank everyone watching for joining me, and we'll be back next week, same time for round 6 at the Hungaroring. Everyone, have a very good evening.